6 out of 10 Republicans recommend FTR Radio to everyone they know. The other 4 are rhinos. FTR Radio, online at FTRradio.com. FTR Radio salutes some of the great Democrat presidents in the radio era. FTR Radio.
You're listening to Liz and Tayor.
Alright, so why can't I get another tattoo? Come on.
Because you get another tattoo, then you start talking another gun.
But not the movie star, the battling duo from the right war on FTR Radio.
Oh, come on.
You're the one who said it.
That was a joke, partially.
Enlist in the right war. Won't cost you nothing. Not as good as military service, but it's got to count for something, right?
Good evening, folks. You're listening to FTR Radio. I'm Liz Harrison. This is The Right War. And I got Taylor here.
You shushed me.
I did. What do you want?
How was I supposed to know that, we were on air? Or about to be on air? You shushed
It's called a clock. It's in the little right-hand corner, bottom corner of your computer.
I was not paying attention, obviously.
Yeah. The whole telling time thing is difficult. We're supposed to learn that in kindergarten, right?
Kindergarten? I learned it in preschool.
Yeah, there you go. See, I didn't go to preschool.
Oh, you were too good for that, huh?
No, I just didn't go to preschool.
You were too good for that.
No, I didn't go to preschool.
Okay.
My mother did not see the point to me going to preschool. She sent me to kindergarten.
Mm-hmm.
And the teacher could not teach me how to tie my shoes. But I could read The Cat in the Hat, and she wanted me to fail kindergarten.
That's funny.
Isn't it, though? Yeah. In case you're wondering, and don't remember, The Cat in the Hat is one of the more advanced Dr. Seuss books. It's not like Red Fish, Blue Fish. Yeah. Or Hop on Pop. Oh. Even more advanced than Green Eggs and Ham.
Yeah, we were going to have Mary Chastain tonight. Unfortunately, she's under the weather. She promised that she was going to go to bed early, and I think 10 minutes ago, I still saw her tweeting about the whatever they're called. Who are they? Blackhawks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I was sitting there going, and I saw people on Twitter saying, Mary, aren't you supposed to be in bed?
Yeah. This stuff happens.
Yeah, she'll be on in a couple.
Yeah, tweeting is different from being on air. I'm guessing that her under the weather also includes something to do with coughing, sneezing, etc., like the rest of us. So.
No, feel better, Mary.
Yeah.
You're good people.
But anyway.
What in the hell? Oh my gosh.
What?
Oh my gosh.
I don't think I want to know. Yeah, spit it out, Taylor. I know it's hard.
So, MSNBC, actually 7 minutes ago, tweeted, "It's all about the love, ... of politics. Who's your MSNBC Valentine?" Featuring a picture of You Rock with Hillary Clinton.
Really?
Yeah. I wish I were joking.
I give up.
Good night, folks.
No, you know what? I'm looking at it from this perspective. If Fox News did stoop to that level, imagine it, ladies and gentlemen.
I would tell them
You would
not
be
to.
treated, no, the ladies would be treated with Valentines featuring Kevin Sorbo. And yeah, that would be in his Hollywood costume, not the way he looks when he's on the curvy couch with the outnumbered ladies. Yeah. And have some
Okay.
interesting comment. And honestly, I really don't care what words are on there. It's Kevin Sorbo. You know what I mean?
Right. To be fair, they also have pictures of, and I didn't realize this until I saw this, Joe Biden, Elizabeth Warren, Cory Booker, Nancy Pelosi, Bernie Sanders, Marco Rubio, Chris Christie, Jeb Bush, and Rand Paul.
Rand Paul. No Scott Walker.
No Scott Walker. No Rick Perry.
No Paul Ryan.
No Ted Cruz. But it is interesting that they have, let's see, statist.
Okay. We get the point. I'm still stuck on the whole...
6 statists.
Yeah, I'm still stuck on the whole Fox Valentine's thing, and I know the gentlemen who are
I'll
listening are thinking
talking.
Kimberly Guilfoyle. Yeah. Let's see, who else? I guess some people would be for the Martha McCallum. Maybe that would be like one for, our good friend Larry O'Connor. Because he's so used to talking with her. Let's see, who else? Of course, you'd have to have a unicorn one with Greg Gutfeld.
Yes.
Of course.
Kennedy Nation.
Yes, Kennedy. There you go. So, I'm sorry, folks, but MSNBC, if the Fox folks decided to do it, I have a sneaking suspicion they'd be slightly more popular because, more likely than not, they would probably have Greg Gutfeld and Kennedy write them. Just saying. And between the two of them, yeah, that would be very cool. Because, I guarantee they come up with something better than You Rock with Hillary Clinton. Just saying.
Yeah, and I mean, the Marco Rubio also had You Rock on it. Jeb Bush also had You Rock on it. So
how original!
Yeah, I know. And then let's see. The other one had roses are red. No, Republicans are red. Democrats are blue. I mean,
I give up.
Yeah, I don't think they. I know they were trying to be cute. I know they were trying to be cute, but if you're going to start it with Hillary Clinton as your first picture, yeah, Republicans are red, Democrat. Oh, I love this, especially if you put this with the images that there are. You'll find this funny. Okay, so Hillary Clinton is You Rock, right?
Okay.
Joe Biden, Republicans are red, Democrats are blue. For the way that you've led, my Valentine is you. Liz Warren, You Rock.
God.
Cory Booker.
Enough.
No, hang on. Let me finish. Cory Booker gets the same Republicans are red, Democrats are blue, the same poem. Marco Rubio, You Rock. Chris Christie gets the poem. Jeb Bush, You Rock. Nancy Pelosi gets the poem. Bernie Sanders, You Rock. The poem goes to Rand Paul.
Okay. I'm ill. Anyway, it was Gretchen Carlson, not Martha McCallum. I'm messing up my blondes on the Fox News.
There are a lot of them.
Yes, there are. Yeah. Well, this is filed under, and it's not picking on anyone, to be sure. It's just that it's actually a good thing. Yeah, newscasters, you shouldn't be the story. You shouldn't be the person that people necessarily consider the star. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. This is the problem that Brian Williams came up with.
Yeah.
Just saying. Brian Williams is the perfect explanation, the perfect example of why newscasters should not seek to be stars. I have another one, and he's going to remain nameless, but he's a local, and I'm not saying from where because, that could be looked up. Let's just suffice it to say he's in my very special snowflake group.
I know who you're
on
talking
the
about.
Facebook.
That's the funny
Yes, you
thing.
do. Yeah, you know, but we're not sharing. Because, I'm a very decent and upright individual, and I do not seek to go and screw up people's reputations.
Right.
So, unlike
kidding.
some people we know who happen to also have red hair.
That's true.
Anyway, now we're not talking about him. We are talking about somebody else who is a newscaster and, one of those big 3 affiliate stations. And yeah, you're really not doing a good job if you try to go and troll other journalists on the Facebook and sort of kind of hit on them in messages. Yeah, that's not so great. Just saying. This is filed under go back to journalism school, please. And hopefully at journalism school they still teach that you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah. So, you know all about the Kanye West thing that happened.
No. Are we going to get back into Kanye Pepper now?
No, we're not. But you heard what Kanye West did at the Grammys, right?
He didn't like Beck, right?
Right.
Okay.
So he was going to get up on the stage and say something, and then he made it look like he was going to get on the stage and say something. I don't think he actually was. And then he disappeared, and he got off stage and went on a rant saying that Beyonce deserved it, not Beck, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Brandon Browner, this would be the Brandon Browner who helped win the Super Bowl for the
Patriots.
New England Patriots. Yeah. Went on a rant on Twitter about this. I loved it. He said, Kanye West is a sucker. I'm quoting him. So he said, sucker. Everyone don't listen to Beyonce. Second time he tried to steal somebody's shine. First time it was a 15-year-old girl. Which is obviously Taylor West, but she was actually 19 when it happened.
Taylor Swift.
Right.
You mean.
Right. Kanye try and play that I'm weird because of my genius. None of the greats pull that stupid ish, meaning Marley, Mike Jack, Tupac, Jay-Z, etc. Peep who he tried Beck and Taylor Swift. Real tough guy. If only I could have been Beck for one night, Kanye would be rapping through the wire.
Oh, good God. Okay, enough.
I love that.
That almost makes me feel not entirely depressed. And I'm going to,
glad I could help.
Truth in advertising. I didn't have the heart to click. I saw on the Twitter a horrible thing. Charlie Sheen has come out of the closet as a constitutionalist or something.
What?
Yes, he's claiming to be a conservative.
Right. Okay. If he wants to call himself
I'm just
Republican,
like, no. Normally, I'm like, okay, Hollywood types, that's fine. The more the merrier. But I don't want Charlie Sheen.
I really don't think Charlie Sheen is a...
I don't either.
First off,
but even if he's telling the truth, I don't want Charlie Sheen.
Hang on. It should be noted that the comments that he said were on the comedy show The Flip Side.
Okay. Thank you.
So he said that on...
He was doing the opposite.
Well,
no.
Charlie Sheen is also the
Isn't
same
that the point of the show? Say the opposite?
I don't know. I've never watched it.
Well, I haven't either, but I'm guessing because it's the flip side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would also like to point out that... Well, okay. I would also like to point this out, too. Is that on March 20th, 2006, Sheen stated that he questions the U.S. government's account of the September 11th attacks. He said during the interview on the Alex Jones show, the collapse of the World Trade Center towers looked like a controlled demolition. Sheen has since become a prominent advocate of the 9/11 Truth movement. On September 2009, he appealed to President Barack Obama to set up a new investigation into the attacks, presenting his view as a transcript of a fictional encounter with Obama. He was characterized by the press as believing the September 11th Commission was a whitewash and that the administration of former President George W. Bush may have been responsible for the attacks. I'll be honest, I'm not sure I 100% believe that he is a constitutional Republican. But hey, if he says he is, and he votes that way, whatever, Charlie. You're insane, but okay.
Yeah, if he votes Republican, then I guess I'll accept that. But that's
I'll
all.
also give him this, is that he apparently was going to donate $1 million to the USO, and he also donated $50,000 to the team's community fund. And, yeah. And then donated again. So, he's crazy, but hey, whatever, Charles.
Yeah, well, if he starts showing
Carlos.
up on the...
Excuse me, Carlos.
Yeah, if he starts showing up on the Twitter and saying wacky shit, it's just called, yoo-hoo, Nick Searcy. Please, Smackdown. Which, admittedly, everybody has to be thinking in the back of their minds when they see this. Oh, is this going to be fun? I mean, who wouldn't want to see a Twitter Smackdown by Nick Searcy on Charlie Sheen? Just, that's filed under priceless.
I'm just saying, I don't 100% believe him. I just don't. But if he is, hey, he is.
Yeah. Whatever. I'm not going to worry about it. I have been more concerned for the day on other issues.
Oh.
I started out my day writing something that is going to appear on Radix News in the morning sometime tomorrow. I'm presuming it will be before I awaken because my editor, I think he sleeps less than Michelle, but who knows. Anyway, yeah, meaning Michelle Ray. But anyway, yeah, it was a good piece. I still stand by it, even though some things have changed a little bit in the interim since I wrote it. You know, things were clarified a little. You know, everybody's picking apart the presidential request to essentially wage war on ISIS. There are complaints from the Democrats. I was really upset with Joe Manchin because unless I missed something, his answer on Fox News was implying Democrats were going to be upset about the concept that there are no geographical limitations to speak of in this document. And I'm thinking to myself, whatever the drugs are that you're on, I want some. Because this is a totally different situation than this country has ever been in the existence of this nation. It's never been this way. We have never waged war against anyone other than a nation, which therefore has borders. Even if they're arguing over where they are, it still theoretically is limited geographically. So this is an organization that is like a plague of locusts. They move from country to country, consuming everything in their path. Why in the world would you put a limit on the geography on attacking them? That's filed under Are We Really That Stupid? So I'm going to assume we're not stupid, and that's why it was worded that way. The 3-year sundown thing, I guarantee that was a tip to, it's a 50-50 shot. Either it is a tip to the progressive base, putting a time limit. But arguably, I'm going to go with something else that makes a hell of a lot of sense too. And it's something that theoretically would have come to the mind of somebody who even slightly attempted to teach anything to do with constitutional law. He did not want to make this open-ended. And it had nothing to do with ISIS or what they're doing. It had to do with his own term limit. He wanted to give whoever is replacing him 1 year to figure out what the hell they're going to do and go from there. Basically saying, I'm passing the torch. Maybe the person who's coming in won't agree, or the situation will change, or whatever. So I'm being very generous in that, but I can understand it. So before anybody goes and beats him over the head for saying this, that there is a 3-year limit, this is not telegraphing to the enemy, or at least it doesn't need to be. This needs to be something where, now whether or not he's going to be smart enough and our State Department will be smart enough to say it that way is another story. But if they don't, I'm going to say something, and I know a lot of conservatives are going to cringe. We should. Whoever is trying to get into the president's office on the Republican side needs to come out saying something about this 3-year limit, and they need to not be sitting there treating it like it's a hard limit for getting rid of activity against ISIS, but rather a statement of saying that whoever's coming in is going to have 1 year to assess the situation and determine where to go next. And that's it. It doesn't matter what the hell the Democrats have to say at that point, now does it? He put it out there, use it for that purpose. Anyway, if anybody's concerned about what the hell we're actually going to be doing there, Boehner, please stop asking for a plan. It doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Don't ask for it. Or, if you really want to be smart, don't ask Obama for the plan. You may as well ask the man who's actually going to be in charge.
Well, the King of Jordan?
The King of Jordan. King Abdullah knows what's going on. King Abdullah is going to go tell Obama what the hell he needs, and Obama is going to do it within reason. That's what this is all about, folks.
Baragon in the chat room pointed out that as Ava decides which way she's going to get off my desk, Baragon in the chat room said the Viet Cong were not a nation. They were an insurrection that would escape across the border into Thailand and Cambodia. But the people who really leaned counterinsurgency there were pretty much gone by 2002.
Yeah, but we were involved in the Vietnam conflict that was theoretically limited to Vietnam. And we're not supposed to talk about the black ops that happened in Cambodia or Thailand. Just saying. You know, this was back in the height of the CIA, where they still waged war. We were still in the Cold War. A totally different ballgame. We don't have the CIA acting like they did then. So
Yeah.
we're still back to first time this has happened to us as a nation, because we no longer have the CIA acting as a paramilitary organization.
Learned. Okay. Who really learned counterinsurgency there were pretty much gone by 2002.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't we need to take a break and you need to play, a certain disclaimer?
Yeah. I was just checking a message. Anyway. Yeah, I'll play a disclaimer. I'll probably end up playing something else that, you love so much.
What, a promo of me talking about how I think of you in bed?
Yeah.
Why are you playing that, since people... I mean,
because I can.
I'm not saying that you... Oh, okay. I just curious.
Okay. So, we'll be right back, folks. Hello, this is Liz Harrison from The Right War here on FTR Radio. And when I want to bring you the best conservative talk on the net, I use Radio Boss from djsoft.net.
Hi, this is Taylor Millard, co-host of The Right War, heard here on FTR Radio. I'll give you one simple reason why you need to listen to Liz Harrison and me every Wednesday and Thursday night at 11 p.m. Eastern. You never know when I'm going to put my foot in my mouth. Liz, I've had similar situations with you in bed. Wait,
What? What?
That just came out way wrong. That's The Right War, every Wednesdays and Thursdays at 11 p.m. Eastern, here on FTR Radio.
This is the Pint-Sized Pundit, and I'm here to tell you that anything Taylor says on The Right War is his opinion and his opinion only. He does not speak for his employees, his employer's employer, or anyone else. He especially does not speak for my mom unless she says so.
Hey, this is Alfonso Rachel with 20 Pound Sledge and PJTV Zone Nation, and you're listening to FTR.
Hi, this is John Bolton, and you're listening to FTR Radio.
Okay, and we're back.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I caught Taylor unaware.
Oh, why? Because you could hear me typing, and then it was, oh, hey, we're back?
Yeah. I love doing that to you.
It's do fun. What we have to. Okay, so explain something to me.
Uh-oh.
Because I'm trying to figure this out, and I really can't. Mm-hmm. A Montana lawmaker is seeking to strengthen the state's indecent exposure law, in part because he hates seeing yoga pants worn in public.
Maybe he was reading that blog.
House Bill 356 was introduced on Tuesday in response to a group of naked bicyclists who rolled through Missoula in August. What Moore says is that tight-fitting beige clothing could be considered indecent exposure under his proposal. He said he wouldn't have a problem with people being arrested for wearing provocative clothing, but that he trusts law enforcement officials to use their discretion. What the hell?
This is why we lose.
Yes, the proposal would expand indecent exposure law to include any nipple exposure, including men's, and any garment that gives the appearance or simulates a person's buttocks, genitals, pelvic area, or female nipple. So basically, I couldn't go shirtless in public anymore. Not that I'm saying anybody would want to see me shirtless in public.
You know,
because
this whole
I am pasty.
Okay, everybody better, hold on tight and whatever. But I'm so tempted to start a GoFundMe or Fundly or whatever thing to get enough money to buy a plane ticket to Montana. And
just smack this guy upside the head?
Oh, no. To go picket in front of his office or in front of the state capitol, one or the other. Wearing yoga pants with a little bit darkened right at the crotch because he made that statement. So we may as well double down on this. And maybe they'll be beige and be shirtless. And this is me, so I'm not talking about a guy here. Yeah, I'm tempted. I really am. And of course the GoFundMe.
No. I'm laughing at something that...
yeah, I know. But anyway...
The Santora Bee tweet?
Okay, but anyway, let me finish.
Okay.
I'm going to be a Kanye now.
Sorry.
But anyway... I want to go out there and do that. Of course, the money involved would have to be the plane ticket, lodging, bail money, and enough money to get me from Montana to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, because my cousin lives there. Because I have a sneaking suspicion that I could get away with going to Jackson Hole and staying there as opposed to remaining a guest of Montana, if I would end up having any court proceedings to deal with. And then, have enough money to come back home. So I got to do the math and figure out how much that's going to be. I'm figuring it's probably at least around $25,000. So I don't know if anybody thinks it's worth $25,000 for me to go and protest this idiot in yoga pants and sans shirt. Please let me know. Because honestly, he ticked me off enough that I'd probably do it. It might require a fair amount of bourbon, but still.
Oh my gosh.
What? What'd I do now?
Tweeted today. Just now.
Uh-oh. We have to get him off the Twitter, by the way.
Uh-huh. By somebody who I used to follow and then couldn't take their stupidity.
Uh-oh. See, you're supposed to not follow them or pay attention to them.
Oh, wait. Apparently it's been deleted. It may not be real.
Okay. Now, see, Titan has, flawless timing, because he's probably hearing at least part of what I'd said. Or he's entering the chat room because he was listening and now he wants to pick on me. Yes, Liz mentions going topless and all of the men arrive. In case you...
Oh, no, it's real. Oh my gosh, it's real.
Oh no.
Not to be alarmist, but with Colbert and, because I refuse to call him Colbert, Colbert and Stewart exiting, Progressive have lost their two most influential media voices of last 50 years.
That might be accurate.
Said by Eric Bollert.
He's right. Why are you picking on Eric?
Eric Bollert?
Yeah.
The Media Matters guy?
Oh, wrong one. Never mind. I'm thinking of the other one.
You're thinking Eric Bowling.
Yeah, Bowling.
From Fox. No.
Yeah.
I also love this comment
Bollert is interesting for amusement value, but he's probably right.
The other comment, I mean, maybe. The other comment that I like is that I made the same point when Colbert left. Fact that in 20-plus years, conservatives haven't lost single successful comedy show is quite telling. Red Eye? Well, that's run by libertarians. But Red Eye?
Never mind.
Wait, Tom, I quit following you? What?
No. He thought you were referring to him.
No.
Anyway.
No, I still follow Tom. I got worried for a minute.
Yeah, we're not there. But anyway, what was I saying? Oh yeah. Now do we understand why Ailes went and put some goofy chick named Kennedy in her own show?
Well, she's libertarian too.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, libertarian. Oh, okay. No, I know some funny conservatives. Don't get me wrong. I know some funny conservatives, but the libertarians are more funny.
Well, okay. Now, I'm sorry. The water is like always so muddy here. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I get called a rhino, Republican in name only. I'm generally conservative. I am, somewhat libertarian, which means the conservatarian or something. Now, the libertarians who you're talking about from Red Eye and Kennedy are arguably from the conservative end of the spectrum when it comes to being a libertarian. They are not liberal.
Well, I don't think there is such thing as a left libertarian anyway, but that's just me.
No, I've come across them. Believe me.
Oh, I know they claim that they are, but it's more like they end up having...
No, these are the people who will sit there and you will never see them at a pro-life rally. They are borderline anarchist.
Don't insult some anarchists. I know I know some nice anarchists.
So do I, but these are people who
They're also anarcho-capitalists.
Exactly. These are people who are not really big fans of capitalism, at least not for everyone. They're all right with the small business people, but they still don't know what they are. Thank you. There's President Obama's legacy right there, folks. He is like, I guess that's somewhat better than Bill Clinton's, because Bill Clinton determined that a blowjob is not sex, and President Obama managed to totally make an entire generation have absolutely no clue what it means by the numbers to be a small business person. Because to Obama, the net worth of the typical small business person is somewhere in the neighborhood of a fair to middling Avon or Pampered Chef representative. I mean, we're not talking we're not talking anywhere near the $250,000 that a lot of businesses go and report as their income in a given year, and he certainly isn't letting the people understand that a lot of small businesses file as individuals on their income tax. So therefore, you're talking about individuals with that magic $250,000 income that he says is so evil. Remember this? Yeah. But he's good for small business. He is for small business. Don't tell me that he doesn't know how these people file. Because, we've got the IRS full of people to tell him exactly what everybody's doing. Anyway. I'm amused. And they're right. The liberals have taken 2 really big hits. And honestly, I think CBS got the raw end of the deal, but we'll find out once Letterman goes, won't we? Taylor died.
No, I don't care.
I'm going to be amused.
I am
care. I'm really curious because I don't know, and nobody else does really. What is he if he isn't the character that he has been for how many years?
If he isn't Bill O'Reilly Pastich?
Right. Or something.
Yeah, they should have given it to Craig Ferguson.
Yeah, they should have.
They really should have given it to Craig Ferguson. I would love it if he got the Daily Show spot, even though I'm not sure it would be, what it was. And I'll say this. I do think that there have been some times when Stewart and Colbert have been really funny, where there's stuff that they've said that I've laughed at because I was like, yeah, that's really funny. But
well, you know who Dennis Miller said should replace Stewart?
Him?
Oh, God, no. No, he said Brian Williams.
Yeah.
I don't think he has the comedic timing.
Now, Baragon says there are plenty of lefty-tarians. I like that name, actually. I suspect the Chapel Hill shooter was one evangelical atheist, gay marriage supporter, blamed most of the nation's ills on racism on his Facebook page, but owned a gun, supported Second Amendment, mocked all Republicans but a few Dems, and owned a revolver that he shot his neighbors with over a parking noise dispute. Something I just... Here's the problem, is that some of the people who sit there and say that they're libertarians when you... Oh, I'm not saying that on air, Tom. Sorry. I'm not saying that on air.
No.
I'm not. That's funny, though, but I'm not saying that on air. Mainly because, yeah, VLR. But anyway, I just, yeah, they exist, but it's, I know plenty of right-leaning libertarians who are in favor of abortion, and they're also atheists.
Okay, now, wait, on the Chapel Hill thing, on the Chapel Hill thing, because we were possibly going to end up with somebody calling in tonight, and unfortunately he decided not to, primarily because he has to be up early in the morning.
But see, I thought they were going to bed.
Anyway, he knows the individuals that were involved.
Oh,
the victims, indirectly. So, his neighbor was close with the family. So, he has a clue. And he says that locally, the parking motive was out first. And they were talking about it last night and early this morning. When the story went national, that was when the whole Islam and possible hate crime stuff came up.
Right.
And he was saying about his neighbors that they were pretty torn up right now, and they all graduated from Raleigh high schools. The people who know the shooter describe him as an angry man. They find it interesting how the story unfolded locally and was shared nationally, or shaped nationally into an anti-Muslim thing. And basically, they're thinking, this is just bluster created by the National. And then it was exacerbated by organizations like CARE that started chiming in recently. So basically, the local news was that this guy hated everyone. You know, it wasn't, it had nothing to do with what religion these people are. They can go sit down. And I think that the report that I think was referring to him that came out from Dana Lash earlier today, that he was a fan of the Southern Poverty Law Center, because I can't think of any other shooting that she would have been referring to when she made that tweet. Yeah, that's probably spot on. So, yet again, we've got a wacky shooter with liberal leanings that is all for the Second Amendment or illegally acquires a weapon, one or the other, and decides to act out in a very negative manner over something that is misconstrued by the public thanks to the media. Lovely. Doing a bang-up job, guys. I understand the first thing whenever you end up hearing about a shooter, you go and look to see what they say on Facebook. And it is true that the guy said a lot of things against Muslims, but he said a lot of things against just about everybody else too. So, and it would have been helpful if instead of relying on that, you sort of kind of stuck with what the local news was saying, because they're closer to the story, and hell, there's a possibility that one of those reporters actually knew who the son of a bitch was. So therefore, they'd have a clue. Just saying. I mean, hey, out of the blue here, I knew that this friend of mine, who I haven't seen in, God, over 20 years now, I knew that he was from the general area. I was never so shocked as to find out that he had an indirect connection. Come on now. Talk to the people who actually know. Don't rely on the stupid Facebook shit. How many times do we go and tell people, oh, they lie on Facebook? So, folks, whoever is out there, if you see him going and saying this was motivated by hatred of Islam or Muslims, please set him straight. He's just a right bastard who hated everyone.
I just discovered something.
Or left bastard. There, not right.
I just discovered there is a Jellystone Park in North Texas.
I have one here somewhere in Pennsylvania.
There's a Jellystone Park here in North Texas. I so want to go.
The one that we have, I think, is a campground, and they have little cabins, and they are Yogi Bear themed, whatever that means. Scary thought. Anyway, you're changing the subject again. But then again, you're Taylor, and that's random, and that's pretty much your job, isn't it?
To change
the subject when I start getting angry.
Oh, well, you know, I try to keep you calm, cool, collected.
And let me go explode on someone else. That makes sense. Hey, I understand. That's your job, or something.
Well, I try to keep you calm, cool, collected.
Right.
You know how it goes. And, I mean, I went on a Twitter rant earlier today, so, you know.
You know, okay, I've had a rough week. My local area has hit the national news twice for shootings. One was a mall, which I already flipped out about that on air. And I had somebody.
Wasn't that a mall that Oh, I know why.
It was,
right.
yeah,
Right.
it was not far from family members. Thankfully, they don't shop there on a regular basis, and they're not going to start. But, yeah, they started out having a brawl there. A little over a month ago, I believe it was. Yeah, it was basically a female cat fight, and the vast majority, if not all, of the females involved were black.
Right.
And then, of course, this latest incident involved a black boy who had a record and he's 17. He's being tried as an adult. But he had a record involving gun violations going back to when he was aged 13.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking, and he'd already done time in juvenile detention. I'm thinking, and you guys let him out for what reason? Anyway, I have a sneaking suspicion this time around he's not getting out anytime soon. So, anyway, that depressed me. 3 people were injured. They remain in the hospital as far as I know. And one of them was his actual target. The other 2 were bystanders.
Of course, because that's how it always kind of happens.
Right. Thankfully, the couple's son did not get hurt. That's parents are both in the hospital, though. And the other incident, which was arguably much closer to home, it was in a district where my uncle had been a student teacher, I believe, or it might have been his first assignment out of school and out of student teaching.
Mm-hmm.
Many, many eons ago, but the school has obviously gone downhill and wasn't great back then, and that was in the 60s. Well, we had a shooting here, and apparently the boy who did it sent a Snapchat with the body in the background and the victim's name on it to the mother of his victim. Or at least somehow she ended up receiving it. Whether he directly sent it or somebody else forwarded it to her is not necessarily clear. Which, of course, that's how the police got him.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I'm not real pleased right now. Because, we just ended up with the Democrat, Governor Wolf, got into office. So, therefore, because Tom Corbett was an ass and couldn't manage to get one of the major initiatives he set forth to do done during his term. So, we're stuck with Wolf. And I'm just waiting for it. So this is a general call out, folks, because it's only a matter of time. You all care about the Second Amendment. You know your people who go and involve themselves in the fight to protect it. Make sure that you let them all know we're in for a battle here. It's going to happen. One way or another, Wolf is going to go after the guns. The question is when and how. Otherwise, we're getting into the whole 10-10 deal. He wants to increase the minimum wage to $10.10. So we're going to end up like San Francisco. Well, probably not, because the Republicans still control the legislature, thank goodness. But it better stay that way. Pennsylvania.
It's been one of those days.
Yeah, it has been. And is there any wonder that I am sitting here trying to come up with any which way I possibly can to relocate?
No.
Yes.
I'm not shocked at all.
No, nobody should be shocked. Yeah, the arthritis is the excuse, folks, but all the rest of it is just piling on. And it's sad because we're talking about Pennsylvania here. The cradle of liberty. Where it all started. And it's all going to hell in a handbasket here. Come on now. This is depressing stuff. Damn liberals. They should be so proud of themselves. Okay, maybe not. I don't know. What do you have to say, Taylor? You always have something, because we only have, we have under a minute. You know what? I'll just go and... We're going to have Jason Pye here tomorrow night, as far as I know.
Yes, we are.
Yes,
to my knowledge.
To my knowledge. To your knowledge. We don't know what state he'll be in, but hey. And I'm referring to actual geography. Anyway, we will talk to y'all tomorrow night. Hopefully I'll be able to be back on the air tomorrow afternoon on that other evil network with my daily show. I wasn't today. Have a good night, folks.
Go down the stars.
Go Pens, I guess. I think they beat Detroit tonight. I'm not sure. Good night.
Bye-bye.